Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the morning news right here on TV3. We are coming to you live from our studios at the John Hammond Street of Accra, and also streaming live on Facebook at TV3 Ghana. My name is Safwa Abwahine. Now coming up this morning. President Mahama makes changes to the military high command who are expected to lead the armed forces from March 24. Also coming up, Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando says the government will ensure Ghana does not become a hub for the transit of opioids in West Africa as 20 million cedis worth of opioids are seized at Tamale port. Also, majority and minority leaders clash on proposal for new parliament chamber and hospital for members of parliament. We have details of this and many more coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. Many thanks for joining us this morning. Let's settle for the details into our first story now. President John Dramani Mahama, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, has made changes in the command of the Ghana Armed Forces. The President has appointed acting service chiefs for the Ghana Armed Forces pending consultation with the Council of State. A statement signed by spokesperson to the President and Minister Government Communications Felix Kwakye said the appointments take effect from March 24, 2025. Prior to the announcement, President Mahama met with the outgoing service chiefs led by the Chief of the Defense Staff General Thomas Opompepra at the Flagstaff House. The President thanked them for their dedicated service to the nation. The new officers are Brigadier General William Ejapon, Acting Chief of the Defense Staff, also Brigadier General Lawrence Kweku Betanu, who is Acting Chief of Army Staff. We also have Commando Godwin Livinus Besson, who is Acting Chief of Naval Staff. Air Commando Eric Ajin Frempong, who is Acting Chief of Air Staff. Brigadier General Glover Ashon Anan, who is Acting Chief of Staff. Well, away from that, President John Dramani Mahama once again has indicated his government will soon introduce the prison service parole regulation to help make prisons places for or of reformation and not just place of incarceration. In the country now, existing laws do not make room for adequate alternative sentencing, which usually results in the sentencing of minor offenders. Speaking at a ceremony at the swearing-in of Patience Bafo Boni as the Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, President Mahama says this regulation is key to transform Ghana's prisons to reform inmates.
For our new Director General of Prisons, Patience Bafo Boni, your appointment comes at a time when we're committed to modernizing our correctional system. Prisons should not merely be a place of confinement, but institutions for transforming criminals. True justice is not only about punishing wrongdoing, but also about offering a path to redemption. That is why the introduction of the prison service parole regulations, which will soon be laid before Parliament, marks a bold step in ensuring that individuals who have demonstrated genuine rehabilitation are given a second chance to reintegrate into society as responsible citizens. To further reduce deviance, rehabilitation programs must be strengthened with expanded education, skills training, and counseling to equip inmates with the tools to rebuild their lives when they come back into society. Overcrowding remains a major challenge in our prison service, and my administration will intensify efforts to implement alternative sentencing methods to ease the pressure on our prison facilities. At the same time, the prison service must embrace modernization with digital record keeping and enhanced security measures to ensure effective management. The responsibility falls on you, Mrs. Bafo Boni, to lead the charge in transforming our prisons into true centers of reformation.
Let's now take you to Parliament, where the 9th Parliamentary Service Board has been inaugurated, but not without initial spat between the majority and minority leaders. Following Speaker's concern over insecurity in Parliament, the minority leader proposed that the board considers the construction of a new chamber for Parliament. This was rejected by the majority leader, who also said a construction of a hospital for Parliament is unnecessary.
Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin tasked the new members with upholding integrity. The Speaker raised concerns about insecurity in Parliament.
There remain certain challenges that need to be addressed. One of these challenges is to secure the parliamentary enclave to ensure that safety and security of members and staff. We are actually very insecure here. We are not safe. And sometimes people can jump in and attack members and staff, and anytime there's an attempt to apprehend them, they scale over the wall and you can't get them because the forest is just close by. To the incoming members of the board, I urge you to approach your responsibilities with the utmost dedication and integrity.
Minority Leader Alexander Kwamina Fenyomaking assured that the board members will work in the best interest of Parliament.
I believe that we'll put in place the necessary support systems to enable the members of Parliament function effectively.
Then the disagreement unfolded. Both leaders of the House, who are members of the board, were divided over whether or not Parliament needs a new chamber to address security or space concerns.
I am therefore looking forward to enhance security in the chamber and at least to depart from this old infrastructure, though it's fit for purpose. We can begin a conversation for a new chamber, the fitting of the legislative arm of government.
I don't think that the security issues warrant a discussion about constructing a new chamber, and that I totally reject as well. At this stage, when this country is confronted with multiple financial challenges, so that again, I totally disagree with my colleague, the minority leader.
Also, the proposal for the construction of a dedicated hospital for Parliament by the minority leader was rejected by the majority leader.
A hospital for Parliament. If it does happen, in accordance with your vision, it will be a great milestone. We are a political class. Our health issues are to be known within certain confines. Because of confidentiality and all, people travel abroad at great cost.
So, Speaker, I definitely don't believe that a hospital is the priority of this Parliament or should be the priority of this Parliament. So, Speaker, we are very close to the Rage Hospital, which I personally believe is adequate to provide the services that staff here will need. And I don't believe that we should have a political class building a hospital especially for itself and not wanting to mingle with ordinary Ghanaians.
Christian Yale, TV3 News, Parliament House.
Now let's take you to the health sector, where Health Minister Parliamentary Akando says the government will continue to work with relevant stakeholders to ensure Ghana does not become a hub for transit of opioids in West Africa. His comment comes after an estimated 20 million cedis worth of opioids were intercepted at Tema Port. Officials describe the seizure as a major breakthrough in the fight against illicit drug trafficking.
The seizure, led by the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority in collaboration with other stakeholders, uncovered a container packed with powerful opioid medications. Authorities revealed that the container was bound for Niger, using Ghana as a transit point. Minister of Health Parliamentary Akando assured Ghanaians that the government is taking a firm stand against the country being used to facilitate such illegal trades.
I encourage all the stakeholders, all our security agencies, to confiscate any drugs, even if it is paracetamol, and it's going through our land borders. In fact, we are also looking at tightening our regulations regarding transit goods, because usually they hide behind transit goods. We will take safe custody of the consignment we have impounded, and we will swiftly move to court for order for its proper disposal. We will include all agencies and anybody who will find himself in this particular issue or matter, we will deal with the person.
He also disclosed that the issue has attracted the highest level of government attention.
In as much as we are interested in facilitating trade in this country, we will not allow Ghana to be safe havens for opioids. And let me tell you that His Excellency the President is personally interested in this matter. On my way here, he called me twice, and the President has also committed that he is going to provide all the logistics it takes for us to effectively fight the influx of opioid in this country.
In Ghana, reports of opioid misuse, especially among young people, are on the rise, although detailed national data is still limited. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has noted the increasing use of West Africa as a transit hub for illicit drugs, including opioids, trafficked from Asia and Latin America en route to Europe and North America. Drug seizures, primarily of cocaine and cannabis, have soared, highlighting the region's role as a significant drug trafficking corridor.
Now taking you to the energy sector, recent unannounced power outages in parts of Kumasi have prompted residents to call for a load shedding timetable. The Electricity Company of Ghana has attributed the ongoing power instability to technical challenges at the Awomaso bulk supply point. However, residents have expressed frustration, stating that the situation is disrupting their business activities and requires immediate attention.
The past few weeks have been particularly challenging for residents unable to access stable power. These fluctuations have caused damage to electrical appliances for many households here in Kumasi. For business owners who depend on electricity, having a timetable would allow for better planning and preparations.
Yes, light no sa
if there is a problem with the electricity supply, it should be made public so we can plan properly. However, the unannounced outages and power fluctuations are concerning. As we speak, my fridge has been damaged due to the power fluctuation. Every day the lights go on and off. Because we operate with electricity, this power situation has become unbearable. Some of our machines have been damaged due to these power issues.
The Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, also raised concern about the power fluctuations in the region when the Energy and Green Transition Minister visited Kumasi to access ongoing projects at power stations and discuss significant development in the energy sector.
In some instances, it goes off a minute, and after 5 minutes or 3 minutes it comes back on, and that aspect actually damages a lot of the electrical appliances. So if there is a major fault, it's better you put it off for some hours, fix it before you put it back on, and while doing that you have to let the public be aware.
John Jinapo's visit is to reassure residents of Kumasi about the government commitment to resolving the power crisis.
We inherited a power system that was shedding about 750 megawatts as of December, but we are determined to ensure that we stabilize the power supply and in particular supply power to Ashanti region, Kumasi, and stabilize the power situation. We are also injecting some major supply points in terms of power generation here in Kumasi. The Ameri power plants have been relocated to Kumasi to strengthen the resilience of the power delivery Also, Senate is supposed to put some power plants here. AXA is also supposed to put some power plants here. So very soon, Ashanti region and Kumasi in particular would be a major point for the supply of power.
During his inspection, the minister evaluated Grico's newly commissioned transformer, the new power enclave, and other critical facilities at Anwomaso in the Oforiko municipality of the Ashanti region. Upon completion, the new power addition is anticipated to deliver 700 megawatts of electricity to Kumasi. But until the power situation is fixed, residents of Kumasi will have to bear the brunt of the current power fluctuations. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Kumasi.
Well, away from the Ashanti region, let's take you to the northern region where the perennial water crisis in the greater Tamale metropolis is compelling residents to buy and drink from unwholesome sources, which predisposes them to diseases like typhoid and other waterborne illnesses. Northern regional correspondent Christopher Mwakon reports.
For decades, the Tamale metropolis, Sanargu, and other communities within the Tamale enclave have witnessed severe water crisis, a situation which has been widely blamed on increasing population and lack of investment by the Ghana Water Company Limited.
So according to the Ghana Water Company Limited, the daily water demand for the greater Tamale metropolis is supposed to be some 140,000 cubic meters a day. Unfortunately, the water distribution company is even unable to produce 35,000 cubic meters per day.
This has compelled residents to rely on tricycle and water tankers for water, usually drawn from dams and other unwholesome sources.
Almost 4 months now, my area, we've been experiencing water shortages. And this is because the taps hasn't been flowing for some time now. And in this case, we only have 2 sources of water in my area. You either use the dam water or you buy from the Motor Kings, and 1 jerrycan costs 3 cedis. So usually you would have to buy enough for the family. If that is, you have a large family, you will have to buy enough, which will cost so much money.
Majority of us in Tamale are facing the water shortage. In my area, for instance, we don't have any source of water except the tap water. So if it's not flowing, we resort to the Motor Kings and stuff. And you know, water is an essential part of our daily lives.
In 2024, residents, in a bid to register their displeasure on the water situation, organized a demonstration against the water distribution company. Northern Regional Distribution Manager of Ghana Water Company Limited, Alhaji Alhassan Baba Abubakar Sadiq says the company is facing a difficult situation of overaged water infrastructure and incessant power outages.
Northern region, all the communities, or most of the communities, we don't have groundwater, like boreholes in the other regions that they have. So when it comes to this time, the little dams that we have, it dries up, so all the animals depend on the water. We have aging pumps. You won't believe that we have pumps that was there since 1972. The youngest pump you can have in the system was installed in 2016, and that has been running day in, day out.
He appealed to the people of Tamale to bear with them as management work to improve upon the situation.
Sometimes we have machine breakdowns, power outages, all those things. Fluctuations, sometimes we have, for instance, as we are speaking, it is just this afternoon we added a 3rd pump. And they have pain, it's our pain.
Findings from the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey indicates that 1 in every 5 persons in Ghana did not have enough drinking water. The northern region recorded the highest percentage as 1 in every 3 persons did not have adequate drinking water.
A very disturbing one indeed. Water, they say, is a source of life. So if you do not have water, it's very uncomfortable. We hope the regional minister, together with other stakeholders, will carry this matter up front. Well, away from that, over 400 pilgrims have received their passport since the debut of a special passport center on Friday, March 7, 2025, as announced by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The head of corporate affairs at the Hajj Task Force has reported a smooth process, with the passport application process taking a maximum of 72 hours to receive a passport. I report. Ago, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Tamale Ablakwa, announced that special passport centers will be established in various regions specifically for Hajj applicants, and this initiative was designed to expedite the passport application process for Ghanaian pilgrims traveling to Mecca. And currently, as you can see right behind me, I am at the Hajj village where the passport process has been happening for about 10 to 12 days now. Head of Corporate Affairs at the Hajj Task Force, Alhaji ABA Fusaini, emphasized the smooth and efficient process established, spanning from online applications to the issuance of passports.
If you are going to follow through the normal process of obtaining passports, we may even finish the Hajj and come back, and some of them will not have passports. For the first time in the history of this country, they have brought the acquisition of passport directly to the Hajj village. They are not issuing the passport yet. They take all your biometrics, do everything. Then it goes to the passport office itself, where the passports are actually kept. They are issued, signed by the director, and brought back here. We are expecting that by the close of the month, hopefully, by the close of the month, they should be done.
The officials show the team around the various desks that applicants pass through before the passports are finally issued. Some applicants express their satisfaction with the process, appreciating not having to wait for extended hours.
Not long ago, and I was called in like within the short period of time. I passed through the processes like for the vetting, and I'm now waiting to take my picture right now. Came for like 30 minutes, and then I've been through the process now. So I think it's very good.
I went through the vetting, through the capturing, and my passport is about to be given to me.
The head of corporate affairs for the Hajj Task Force recounted some difficulties encountered, which were quickly resolved.
You cannot look at somebody and say, you are a Moshi man. You don't look like a Ghanaian. Or you are a Fulani man, you don't look like a Ghanaian. When some of them came initially, after the process was set up, they were challenged by some officials from NIB, formerly BNI and others, and it held the process back. But the foreign minister came back again and straightened the course. If they have Ghana card, they have birth certificates, which are evidence of citizenship. Why not? They have a right to be issued Ghana passports.
So far, observing the process at the Hajj village where the special passport center has been established, it's been a smooth process through from the holding room to the officials who would now give you the certification after the biometrics, and then we are told it goes to the passport office for it to be finally signed upon and then brought back. Right here, we even observe people coming after 2 days or even a day coming for their passport. And so this shows how effective and efficient the process has been. And reporting from the Hajj village, many Muslims, many pilgrims who are ready to travel to Mecca to observe the process and be part of their religion is excited about the journey ahead of them. Safa Boahini, TV3 News. And on this interesting note, we end the morning bulletin. Many thanks for joining us this morning. New Day continues right after the breather with the team. My name is Safa Boahini. Do have a lovely day.
On Saturday, the 22nd of March 2025 from 10 a.m., the bars will be empty, the roads will be empty, all the stadia will be empty because the whole of Accra will be congregating at the Legon City Mall for the annual celebration of the 3FM Gobe Festival 2025, the biggest and hottest Gobe Festival ever to hit the shores of Ghana. The 3FM Gobe Festival will bring all your favorite Gobe sellers to one joint. Come meet new friends, network and enjoy enough Gobe. There will be the Gobe cooking competition between amateurs and professionals, Gobe eating competition to crown the fastest and slowest Gobe eaters, Gobe jams and live music performances from top artists and DJs. Also on showcase will be various popular local delicacies from beans and its combinations like kinky and beans, kelewele, ayikpele, bambara and many more. Make a date on Saturday 22nd March at 10 a.m. at the Legon City Mall. See you there. The 3FM Gobe Festival 2025, the ultimate food experience, powered by 3FM 90.